Hey brother, I want to talk to you about something I encounter here in my gym just about every time I come out here. I don't know if you can see behind me, but there's a cardinal that is just desperate about something with this window. And this is not an oddity. I can pretty much predict that this is going to be the case every single day, and especially on sunny days. And you see, what I find really fascinating about this cardinal is just devoted to what it's doing with this window. And I used to think maybe this cardinal thinks the other cardinal is a mate, right? But if you've ever watched cardinals, you know that female cardinals look a lot different than male cardinals. And so I've kind of concluded this cardinal is basically feeling threatened. And what's happening is it's seeing its reflection in the window and assuming another male cardinal is in its territory. And so it devotes a considerable amount of time to attacking the cardinal in the window. Now, I'm pretty sure that by the time I finish this video, that cardinal's going to come back. In fact, it comes back so much. If you see here in the window, it's kind of discolored, the window. It's spent so much energy with its beak attacking that reflection that it's evident on the window. And I have really thought a lot about this and its metaphorical significance with the work I do with men and even my own life. And one of the things I've come to realize in my own practice of helping people is understanding that we're just like the cardinal. We think that we are encountering something like hostility. We think we're encountering disrespect. We think we're encountering rudeness, inconsiderate behavior. We have all these projections that we believe that other people are giving toward us. But really what we're always experiencing, just like this poor cardinal, that was kind of funny on cue there. What we're experiencing is an experience of ourselves. We're seeing in another person really what this cardinal sees in the window. This cardinal doesn't know it's having an experience of self. It believes there is a legitimate threat. And interestingly, when it moves, the threatening cardinal in the reflection moves. And this pattern is evident in humans. And so this was a huge turning point in my life to realize, you know what? All this time I've thought I'm experiencing my wife's hostility. And really what I was encountering was a reflection. I was encountering a mirror of sorts. I was encountering that my own experience with my own thinking from my interactions with not just my wife, but other people. And like this cardinal, I was preoccupied with so much of my time with that reflection. And I was desperate for that reflection to stop being so nasty, to stop being intimidating, to stop being hostile, to start respecting me more, to stop being cold, to stop being distant. And really what I learned, and I've learned with hundreds of men since then in my mentoring practice, is that I was just experiencing life through my own lens. I was seeing reflections about how I felt about me. Now, just like this cardinal, I wasted a lot of beautiful days. It's a gorgeous day out here in Pennsylvania where I live. The sun is shining. And I can tell you for that most of the daylight hours, this cardinal will devote itself to this task. It has an expansive environment in which it could fly around, it can explore, it could meet a lady cardinal, it could enjoy creating a little cardinal family, but it's devoted to this really false notion that there is some sort of threat that it has to address. And so it'll do this, sadly, day in and day out. And when the light changes from this side of my barn where my gym is to the other side where my office is, the late afternoon sun, it'll be over there on those windows doing the same thing. And I just reflected how sad a picture that is, that this cardinal will devote so much time to falsehood. And yet that's exactly what humans do. That's exactly what men do. They devote a lot of time to the reflection that they see, just utterly and absolutely convinced that it's the reflection is a separate being, that it's an antagonizing force that's out to get them. And let me tell you, brother, if this is you, when you come to the realization that every experience you have in life is an experience of self. And you understand that that experience of self is malleable, it's changeable. You can edit it, you can rewrite it. And you can rewrite it so that that cardinal in the window is no longer a threat, but you appreciate what you see, not as a threat, but as a friend and as a partner, and that you use your experiences with other people to understand yourself more, which that cardinal could do here. That cardinal could become, really pleased with itself and then fly off and say, you know what? Now that I know that I'm a beautiful cardinal, I'm going to explore the world as a beautiful cardinal. And it would be a totally different experience. And that's what happens with men. When men realize that the mirror can show them the greatest things about themselves, and also areas where they need healing and restoration and wholeness, then relationships take on an entirely new meaning and an entirely new level of depth. If I've piqued your curiosity with that, I want to invite you to scroll down, if this is on YouTube, and you'll see a link where you can set up a call with me. It's going to be totally free, and we'll talk about what the mirror has been showing you lately. What have you been seeing in the window? How much energy are you giving to fighting really what is yourself? We'll explore that a little bit. You'll walk away from that call with more clarity, more understanding about you, and more hope and ideas for how to go forward into your future without giving so much time to fighting yourself in the reflection of windows. And with that, I'll say goodbye, and I'll see you then. Take care.